Hey, how's it going? This is Assassin, and I wanted to go ahead and direct a message straight to everybody that's listening. Every Republican, have them watch this video. So today, as you can see, let's zoom in. Wednesday, June 11th. So you can say I'm about to go and drive into LA, the hellscape. Now I happen to live within the 1 square mile radius that was under you couldn't go out at night. Right there's Chinatown. And in front of me are the buildings where I live. The car was driving itself. I took over because I want you to see what this looks like. They're telling you the place is destroyed. They show you all these things, showing you, these self-driving cars that are on fire. By the way, my car is a self-driving car. Once I get past this, I'm about to take over. Now, LA's not perfect. It has so many negatives. It doesn't feel like a real city. I mean, if you're from New York, you're used to things being a lot faster. Like if you're, from a tiny little place in the middle of nowhere, then this place is normal for you. But for me, this is not a real city. And that's a beautiful thing. It's a whole bunch of small little towns. You don't have public transportation. That's why you have a lot of fear over here. Over here, people treat the homeless like the walking dead, like they're going to bite you and become part of them. In New York, you have to walk through them. That's true of any real city anywhere in the world. So anyway, now I'm going to have the car drive itself. Go ahead and come over here to us, right? We're going by my apartment. And we're gonna drive right into City Hall. To give you a sense of what it's like. I even know people in LA that are afraid to come out here because they think it might be bad. Now, imagine if your place that you live, I'm speaking to you, Republican, guessing that you might not be from a major city. And in my mind, there's very few major cities in the United States. LA barely registers as a major city. It really isn't a real city, to be totally honest. It just has a high population. But to my left, when we first drove in, there was Chinatown. If you want to have food with people that don't even speak the language, making extraordinary Chinese food, that's where I go for my dumplings. Very affordably in the morning. Unlike New York, where you can get really cheap Italian food anywhere, you can over here. But right over there, down that way, a couple of blocks, we run into Little Tokyo. When you live in a real city, you have diversity. In my building, almost everybody speaks Russian. There's a lot of people that are gay because they don't want to stay in the city where you live. And look, who am I? Look at where I am. I'm in Elon Musk Tesla. Last time that I posted a video, I was going to Boca Chica, Texas to witness Norbal's test flight of Starship. I am not driving my car. I mean, I have an Apple Vision Pro over here and I have Wall Street going on the side, And what's the chart that I'm watching? I am not a massively progressive liberal. But what I can tell you is they're telling you lies. This is what's going on inside of downtown LA right now. I am giving you a real-time tour. Now, do we have bad graffiti? Like F-Ice and stuff like that? Absolutely. Because we were told, hold on, I believe that we have some graffiti over here on the side. Maybe a little, yeah, you see? F-Ice. Over here, things are you're starting to see a little bit of the presence of the police. Those troops, they're spending more than what Doge supposedly saved. 155 billion. Look over here. Here you see the protesters. They're over there on the corner. Let's go and zoom in. You see them over there? This is the chaos that you were promised. This is what LA is actually like. When he's telling you, or they're telling you that this place is on fire, it's not. Imagine if your tiny little town was a place that you can create a test bed for self-driving cars. Some kids, they called in the self-driving cars at night and they put them on fire because their parents got deported. Their friends got deported. They were supposed to go after bad hombres, right? They didn't. They needed to get their quotas up. So who did they go after? They went to Home Depot. Home Depot. They started getting people that are selling food on the sides. You know what you can get over here? A lot of you don't even know what an actual taco is. A real taco. The way the Mexicans do it in Mexico. Over here, they're on the side of the road all over. There's people that are selling fresh fruit all the time. Those are the people they started bringing in. They're working. If ICE needs help getting people, these people are looking for work. And let's go and look at statistics. See, over here was actually gun drive-in. This is what you see. Just a couple of cops. It's a couple of people. We just now drove through what is the worst of it. I'm gonna go ahead and put this to a vandalated place. Let's Apple Store. Appletown Theater. Yeah. This is what people are afraid of. You see over there? There's graffiti. The city is not in need of anything. The police had it fully under control. Some kids called in Ubers and put them on fire. You do realize that they do that in any real city anytime anybody wins the championship? Whether it's NBA, or it's whatever. A lot worse than now. Because you have a population of maybe 10 times, 20 times, 30 times, 100 times what your city is. Over there you have people reporting on the corner about nothingness. Let me push sure. You see? What are they reporting on? There's nothing to report here. Right there, look. I want you to show this to Republicans for them to see that this is what LA looks like. This is some graffiti? Absolutely. Look at that. Look at all the graffiti that happened when people were afraid and they were angry. In a place made of immigrants. who spoke greatly of immigrants. Ronald Reagan. We are a land of immigrants. Oh, here you see them. They're just sitting around the police. They want you to be afraid of us. People that look like me. By the way, I was born in Colombia. Let me go ahead and put this over here. I was born in Colombia, but I'm Swedish by passport. But what I look like, I look brown. Be afraid of me, living in this city. Be afraid of the person that's gay who doesn't want to stay in your tiny little town because they want to feel like they can go to a bar with other gay people. The person that's trans, oh my God. And I understand it. If you were to go and take a map right now today and you overlaid it with the map that showed Confederate States, you would see an exact push. Because, you know, if your grandfather was okay with, or your great-grandfather was okay with slavery, then your father was probably okay with this, against the civil rights movement, with having segregation. They don't want to have black people living there. So you heard that as a kid. And you can't hate them because you love them. Elon Musk grew up in apartheid South Africa from a father that left Canada because he didn't like the way things were in Canada. So he wanted to move because of, you know, the way that black people were coming. His father is very racist. So he believes these things. He's pushing out these things because you believe them. But this is what it's like. This is what LA looks like right now. It's not on fire. Just has less people selling food because they're afraid. I want you to understand that they want you ignorant. Because to be able to have an autocracy or a dictator, they need a certain soil. And this is historically true everywhere. Don't just take it from me, from somebody with a European accent. I mean, a European passport. Historically, every single time that you have an autocracy, they need you to not believe in institutions, in science. When you have a worse hurricane or tornadoes, you know, ignore the fact that you're getting a new heat wave. Oh no, it's not true. The sun is getting closer to you, which is idiotic. Or it's getting bigger, which is stupid. Every scientist, or when it had to do with COVID, I was fighting cancer during COVID. I was living in downtown LA where downtown Orlando. I wish I was in LA. Where nobody wore a mask, I thought the COVID was real. This right here, you can see, this was all glass over there. They went in there. They started robbing and looting. And now they're trying to fix it up. That right there is the theater, the Tower Theater. The car wants to stop itself. I'm gonna have it start driving home. I just wanted to show you how this place that to me seemed foreign as somebody from the East Coast, because it's so slow, but probably faster than maybe where you're from. Doesn't have the public transportation, so it makes people more afraid. But then again, where you're from, you probably don't have public transportation at all. Every single country that's rich has one thing in common. Every single country has mandatory paid leave. So, I'm from Sweden, right? Why does this little country have why is it richer than the United States per capita? Because no matter who you are, if you want to go to college, it's free, period. Even if you want to travel to other countries to go out and study, they will pay for it. More than that, if you have kids and they need to go to daycare, it's free. It's just paid for. And it's very high level because they listen and look at the science and the educators to go and give you the greatest. On top of that, every single country pays 1/100th of what we pay for medications. Healthcare is free to everybody. Now understand, you're thinking, oh my God, that's a handout. That's a subsidy, and you're correct. The difference in the United States, everybody that's rich has subsidized healthcare, has subsidized education, has subsidized everything because their parents paid for it. But you, that supported Trump, they don't want you to know what it's like in every single country around the world. That's why Sweden has IKEA, Volvo, Saab, everything from Ericsson to Minecraft to Spotify. They have so much money that they give out millions in the form of the Nobel Prize. Now, I'm not saying that every country is going to be as advanced as Sweden. Even a country that's so much less advanced, let's say the UK. Do you know what they have that you don't have? If you work at McDonald's at the UK, you get 21 days of paid leave. Every human being in any country gets paid leave. Talk to a foreigner next time you see him and tell them that you don't have mandatory paid leave in the United States. Their minds are blown because they don't want you to travel. They do not want you to know what things are like. And that way they can say, oh my God, if you wanted to go and have free healthcare or free education, that's gotta be cognizant. But the difference is you become whatever it is that you want to be in Europe. Anybody can become a doctor. Anybody can become a lawyer if they just push hard enough. And we're talking about even the intro level being high. So this is LA today. This is the hellscape that you were promised, that Trump is speaking about. I am going around a circle inside of the epicenter of what you're being told on Fox is not a living dead. Do not believe the person that's trying to take away your health care. Do not believe the person that tells you, meanwhile giving all this money to the billionaires. You're speaking to somebody who trades for a living. It's a trader. Who's in the car that's driving itself? Doing technical analysis on Apple Vision Pro. Well, I trade while my car drives. I have camera over there that looks at my eyeballs because of the extraordinary technology that Elon Musk brought, so it can see that I'm looking towards the street, and therefore the car will continue to drive. If I start looking somewhere else, it won't. And very soon, cyber taxi is going to come out. The stock is going to explode. Because if you buy a car, it will be free. You'll make more money off of the car if you wish to. You can let it go and become an Uber. Make you money while you are chilling. It will just go on its own. Those robots that got put on fire, they're already dead. They cost $250,000 a piece because of all those sensors. This works on vision, on artificial intelligence, the thing that will take all of our jobs, the thing that we're not paying attention to. This is LA today on the 11th, and now it's 4:33 p.m. As you can see, Wednesday, here we go, Wednesday, Wednesday 11th at 4:33.44. I thought it was very important for me to put this up and understand that you're being lied to. They want you to hate us, those of us that left your town, because we wanted a better life, because they were gay, because they wanted to be, in the arts, do movies, do film, make money on Wall Street in New York, or just because they had more ambition or different ambition. There's nothing wrong with staying in your town, but there's also nothing wrong with moving away from your town. And those that do, they're not bad apples. They wanted a little bit more. And they end up in cities like these. And they have less of a vote. We in LA have a less of a vote per capita, per percentage of people, than those of you living in the heartland of America that don't see people of all colors. A young black man walking over there that's probably successful because he can afford to live here, because our rent is so much higher than yours. You have to do something to be able to go and afford to live in places like these. Or the Spanish guy, or the person that just wanted to do something different. We are just like you. That guy is just like you. She is just like you. We zoom in over there. Every single one of them is just like you, living their lives. They just decided to do it in the city. And there's not really a city. These are the people today out inside of that radius. Look, this is the radius that was cut off. Hold on, let me show you. This is the radius. The Crypto.com Arena, Chinatown, Arts District, and right over here, where we're going back to, is where we have the, I should have just let the car drive itself. Anyway, I won't do anything else. Those are my thoughts. Show this to somebody who's a Republican that believes that LA is on fire and that Trump is telling the truth, and that it was justified to send all these troops and take 150 million or billion or whatever the hell it is dollars of your taxpayer money to secure this place. Meanwhile, we have cops that have nothing to do, and all of those troopers, they're not sleeping on the floor. They came here as a show of grand force. Meanwhile, he wishes to do a parade in the name of his year of his birth. Who does that? A dictator. He wants to go and have a third term. He doesn't want you to go and abide by law. No. Even a court of people that he put into power, if they vote against him, they're radical left. These are Republican judges. Please wake up and realize that meanwhile, your kids' education, are they gonna have it? Are they gonna have that future? As they dismantle the Department of Education, as they're trying to go ahead and whitewash history. This is LA. I think it's pretty damn beautiful. with all its negatives. With that, I bid you farewell. And I hope the best for all of us. Show this to a Republican. And this is in Wall Street, I'm an assassin. Whereas everybody else calls me B. Adios. I love you all. You know, whether you agree with our politics or not. I truly love you all because you all are, you want the best. Just don't believe the lies. Because this is what LA looks like. Pretty damn fantastic, no? Adios.